Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving into the incredibly cool Flea-Scope, an 18 MSP's USB oscilloscope for just $18. Amazing, right?
$18? That's insane. What's the catch? Is it like a really tiny, low-resolution thing?
Not really. It's surprisingly capable. It boasts a 12-bit ADC, giving you roughly 4 megahertz of usable analog bandwidth. Think about that. 18 million samples per second for that price.
Wow. So it's not just an oscilloscope?
Nope. It's also a mixed-signal logic analyzer with a built-in waveform generator. It even has 9 digital logic analyzer inputs, co-sampled with the analog input, compatible with 3.3 volts or 5 volts logic levels. And it runs on practically anything.
Anything? Seriously?
Yeah. Windows, macOS, Linux, Chrome OS, and even Android. All you need is a Chromium-based browser supporting Web USB or Web Serial API. No extra software needed. Just plug it in and go.
That's incredibly user-friendly. But how accurate is it?
They aim for 2% accuracy on voltages and timing, which is pretty good considering the price point. Of course, it uses non-precision components, so calibration is key. Verify. They provide a detailed calibration procedure in the documentation.
I see. So what about its limitations? You mentioned calibration. Are there any other significant drawbacks?
Well, the analog input range is fixed at -6 volts to +6 volts, although you can use an X10 probe to extend that to ±60 volts. And the noise floor is around ±10 to 15 millivolts. But for the price, it's really quite impressive.
But the 18 MSP sampling rate is still pretty amazing. What's the secret sauce?
Clever hardware design. It uses 5 interleaved ADCs within the 120 MHz PIC 32 MK0512 GPK 064 MCU to achieve that high sampling rate. And sampling. It's a really elegant solution. A lot of hardware-level optimization is going on there.
That's fascinating. So it's not just about the hardware. The software is pretty sophisticated too, right? I saw something about Stick OS Basic.
Absolutely. In Deep Dive Interactive mode, you get access to Stick OS Basic, a full MCU-resident interactive programming environment. You can write and debug basic programs, configure I/O pins, and even create custom firmware. It's like a tiny embedded system development platform built into the oscilloscope.
That's wild. So you can essentially turn this into a custom-built device?
Exactly. It has 18 programmable I/O pins, supporting various modes like digital I/O, analog I/O PWM, frequency output, servo output, I2C, SPI, and UART. The possibilities are endless. You can even customize the hostname to distinguish multiple Flea-Scopes if you have several.
This is seriously impressive. I'm thinking of all the projects I could do with this. But how about firmware updates?
They've got that covered too. You can upgrade the firmware through the web interface. Although be warned, it clears all flash memory, including calibration values and any basic programs you've written. So, back up your work.
Good point. Well, this has been a fantastic overview. Thanks for sharing all this information about the Flea-Scope. It's truly a remarkable piece of technology for its price.
My pleasure. It's definitely a device that deserves more attention. And remember to check out the links in the show notes for more details, including the GitHub repository and the author's website. Thanks for listening to Tech Bytes and News. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.